Welcome back to the market forecast for this week, covering for the month of April 6th to 10th, 2026. My name is Yemi Olaleye. I'm a market analyst at FX Pro, and this is the weekly outlook, starting from the fundamental insight before we go into the technical outlook for this week. On Monday 6th, we have public holiday coming up, and that is for the Easter Monday, covering for CHF, Euro, US dollar, Great Britain pounds. We have bank holidays across those areas and region. On Tuesday, April 7th, we have a clear blank. There's no high impact news at all in the market. On the Wednesday, 8th April, we have NZD coming up and US dollar coming up with high momentum volatility outlook, covering for official cash rates, RBN's the press conference, FOMC meetings, and all of these are expected to happen on that Wednesday. On Thursday, we have just one US dollar coming out at 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, focusing on core PCE price index monthly by monthly. On Friday, which is the last trading day of the week, we have Canadian dollar and US dollar coming up at the same time, 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, covering for employment change, unemployment rates, core CPI, and CPI monthly by monthly. And these are the highlights for the weekly fundamentals. So let's go into the technicals and see what we have for this week going forward. Last week, we had the projection that we'll be looking for a buy momentum on DXY at this price level. That happened exactly as we projected it. So let's go into this week and see the opportunity the market has for us. On the weekly time frame perspective, what we have is very simple. My projection remains the same, expecting the price to actually still break above this high and get into this weekly demand, supply level. So that being said, on weekly time frame perspective, that is it. On the daily, what we have here was a bit of struggle. From Monday to Friday, we have a high being tested back into the range, which we've thought about already. I'm taking it out. And then we have all of this range right there. So with what we have here, simply if we're not going to see a break immediately this week, it is very, very possible that we also have a bearish momentum on the XY, whereby the price could be testing this kind of level, which I'm not expecting. But if it happens, just know for sure that this is the potential level we'll be seeing a bullish momentum going forward. But ideally, that is just by the way. And that being said, it means my projection on this still remains solid. I have a strong bias that will be breaking this level going forward into the weekly supply zone. On the 4 hour time frame, nothing is really there for me. On the 1 hour time frame, I think I can check this out. On 1 hour time frame, what we have here is a two-dimensional outlook. One, we could be actually seeing a little bit of retracement from here, whereby the price bounce into this level. As you can see right here, we can have something like this. I'm coming. I want to print it out carefully, whereby we can have the price hitting this level like this and bouncing a little while. Then we have more by breaking above it later. Or at the same time, we could have something similar to this, where the price will be getting to this demand zone below. And from here, we could be having that bullish momentum that will eventually break that level. So on the 1 hour time frame perspective, this is what I have. Ideally, I follow what I have on the higher time frame perspective, but regardless, this is what we see. We can't deny the fact that we are seeing them. So this is the outlook I'm seeing on the 1 hour time frame. So let the price run. Let's see how it goes. And from there, we know what we want to do for the week. So going forward, this might not really play out. I will rest on what I have for the weekly time frame perspective and the daily time frame perspective. So that being said, I'll move straight to the next one I have for this week, which is the currency pair. So going to the currency pair, I will first talk about the Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar also gave us significant profits last week, which was from this price level. We got the buy and also we got the sell. Like from here, we got the buy and also in between the way we got the sell too. And it was fantastic. So from the weekly time frame perspective on this one for this week, let's see what we have on weekly time frame. The price has actually been rejecting this zone so far so well, and it's looking more like we're going to see more bearish momentum taking out this previous low level. And when we see that happening, then it's looking more like that monthly zone, which we talked about last year, is where look at this, is where I'll be expecting the price to actually get into going forward. All right. This monthly zone is still very valid. So I still extending it. And on weekly time frame perspective, this is what it's looking like. I will just be waiting to see the price bounce into this range. It could be at the tip of it. It could be in the middle. It could be at this range. But regardless, that's my preferred entry. And that is where I'm expecting the target to get into. From there to the current market price, we give you about 495 to corner. They just say 500 pips. Okay. On the daily time frame perspective, let's see what we have. Daily 2 is looking choppy a little bit because everything you see inside this zone It's more of a ranging market, right? And I'm expecting the price to actually break out this low before we have continuation for a buy. So on 4 hour time frame perspective, this is looking a little bit like we're going to see a buy, but then let's see that on the 4 hour time frame perspective before we judge. We can't judge now, right? Okay. So I'm taking this out. And now what we have is very simple right here. And 4 hour time frame, what's happened there was more of a range, right? And after this I was taking, we have a low, we have a high. Within the internal range liquidity, the price has not tested any of these zones again. Time after time, the market has gone through it and it has not tested any of these zones. So, what should we be expecting now? On 4 hour time frame perspective, is it possible that we could actually have a bit of a buy? Yes, a bit of a buy before we have the sell that will take out this previous low. Because the idea of this low is that it means that there are stop losses residing below it, which I believe that the price will actually be taken out before we have more continuation for a sell. So ideally, that is what I will be doing on this one particularly. So going forward for this week on Euro US dollar, it's either the price opens with a little bit of gap down and start selling, or we have a gap up regardless, but sell overall. So that is the idea. That is what I'm looking at on this Euro US dollar for this week as well. So going forward, without further ado, on the 1 hour time frame, it's something similar. Nothing really much. Nothing really much here. Only if we're going to see something like this reacting at this base level where the price gets to this base level, giving us that momentum whereby we're looking at the price, hitting a little bit of buy, and then it still smash it overall, like something like this. This is still one of the things we can see going forward for this one right here. So the price can actually still behave this way. But let me get back to where I was before on 4 hour time frame perspective. I think that will be fine for me. So going forward for this week, this is the outlook I have here, and I'm going to be constructing this later. I'm going to be making it a little bit better for us. It takes time. I think it takes a lot of my time last week. I will try not to do the same mistake today. I want to be very, very short on this one particularly and move forward from there. So peradventure, if the price doesn't get here, just know we've not taken the entry, all right? So this is what I'll be looking at. I'll be looking at the price hitting this level. If the price is not getting there, no problem with that. So let me shift it a little so we can know the price has not activated that level. Okay, this is taking my time already. So I'll move. I'm going to move. Now let's go to the Great Britain pounds US dollar and let's see what we have on that. Of course, yes. Last week was a fantastic one on this one too. We got the buy, we got the sell, and they were so fantastic. Like they gave us some little profits. It was even massive, not just little. All right, so for this week, let's go. For the 4 hour time frame, I'm going to remove all of those last week's setup. I'm going to remove them. They're profitable, and we're good. Okay. So this week, let's go. On this particular weekly time frame perspective, what do we have? We have rejection of candles over 4 weeks, and fifth week was last week we had here. All right. So with this projection, therefore, it means we're looking for more sell, and I'm waiting to see how the price is going to break this low, and that's about 200 pips on average. So give or take, I'm still looking for more sell on this one particularly. On the daily time frame perspective, it's even simpler because the previous low we had there, it has been taken out on Monday rather, and Tuesday, Wednesday was back above it. Thursday, Friday was back just below it. So with this now, it means that we will be looking for more sell on Great Britain pounds US dollar going forward for this week. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, it's looking really, really, really choppy in a way. Yes, it's a bit choppy right there, but overall, I'm still looking for sell. But what can we do with this? Let's say 1 hour time frame. If we have a zone we can work with. Otherwise, we'll still be taking a sell regardless on that. Okay. This one particularly, so I can actually just wait and see the price reacting of this zone. And with that now, it can give me, at least I will have a price level I'm targeting that I want to enter for a sale. So that being said, my risk is very tight right here. This is 1 hour time frame. Okay, I can increase a little bit then. So yeah, that is what I'm looking for. And I'm taking this low. I'm expecting this low to be taken out. This is about 70 something pips. That's on Monday, which is very, very possible and likely to happen. So let's go. This is the outlook for the week. This is what I'm looking out for going forward for this week. So overall, from that place to where I'm expecting, that's about 235 pips. So regardless how many pips the market is able to deliver, that's left to the market, not me. So let's trade with proper risk management, and I believe it's going to make sense. On the 4 hour time frame perspective for AUD US dollar, it was a good one last week. I gave out this zone for a sell. The price actually got in there, and we had a beautiful sell of that zone over 100 pips. Can you see that? So I'm taking out that level this week so we can have a fresh zone. On the weekly time frame for this one particularly, let's see what we have. Well, I've targeted this level over time that this is the zone on the weekly time frame which I'm expecting the price to tap into before we have a buy. That means we'll be expecting the price to do something like this, right? And the price has not gotten there yet. We still have about how many pips to get there? We have about 220 something pips to get there. So I'm taking it out. Again, yes, it's too wide for me. On the daily time frame perspective, what do I have? I have something a bit similar, where I can work with, and that makes more sense for me. So I think that's why I have this guy here over time. So I'm not going to be repeating any point here. It's unnecessary. I'll go to 4 hours straight. What I have is very simple. I'm going to talk about it real quick. This is the zone. This is the target. This is the exact zone on the 4 hour time frame right here, which is within what price level? Within 0.6717 and 0.6705. That's what I'm expecting the price to tap into on the 4 hour time frame perspective on AUD US dollar. When the price is able to do that, trust me, we're good to go, because right there, I'll be waiting for more buy projection on this one right here on 4 hour time frame perspective. So if I'm going to be working on that, I'm just going to be extending this a little bit, and then I'll be having my buy projection right here. And that means overall, I'll be putting this one about around here. So that is that on the AUD US dollar. My time is fast spent, so I need to really move very quickly, very quickly, very quickly. Okay, so this is that, and let's just work with proper risk management. Some of these analysis, some of these currency pairs are really dicey. Okay, so don't let us forget that. Last week we had a fantastic sell here, but it didn't get to our exact zone which I projected for a sell, but the sell happened eventually. But I remember I said that overall I'm expecting this low to be taken out. The price actually took out that zone last week for a sell, so that I'm taking out this one particularly. On weekly time frame perspective, what do we have on NZD US dollar? It's very fine. It's looking bearish. I've said it before. I'm waiting for the price to actually get here. We have about 90 pips on average to move going forward for this week on this one particularly. This is a very massive bearish momentum too. On the daily time frame perspective, it's saying the same thing. Monday was bearish, Tuesday, Wednesday was bullish, and the last 2 trading days of the week were bearish as well, and they broke significantly below the previous low which I marked for you. So that being said, I'm expecting the price to actually still sell more before we have a buy. And why are we buying at where we're buying? This projection has been there since last week, so that's why I'm not repeating any points, okay? This is where I actually have something good. All right, something at least reasonable. Actually, I have something a little bit above it, but I don't want to trust that. I prefer the extreme. I have something around here. I have a zone around there which I could actually work with. But can you say that it's unnecessary? So I'll just prefer. Let me just assume that the price is going to eat stop losses. If the liquidity is engineered that way, that means we'll be on the advantage part of the business. So let's take advantage of that. The price has about how many pips? About 90 pips to go to move into this room before we have a buy potential. So that is that on NZD US dollar. On this one particularly, it did not get into the zone we're expecting, which is the USD CAD. It didn't move into where I was expecting for the week, but eventually it bought. I said it that it's going to buy overall, and it bought for last week. So I'm going to take out that zone. I'm going to take this one out. I don't need it anymore. Of course, here's on weekly time frame perspective, what do we have? We have a massive bullish momentum, which I've identified these ones before, that we're going to be seeing a reaction of this level right here, that we will be seeing a momentum buying into this level before we see reaction for a sell or a break above. But I'm expecting the price to actually break above, focusing on what we have on the DXY. I still see more bullish momentum above here. So that means we still have about how many pips more? Now, 190 pips more in a buy direction for this USD CAD. But that being said, that means we'll be selling off around this zone, right? But on the daily time frame perspective, let's see what we have there. On the daily, we have something fresher. I would love to show this. Taking this out, that's also represent my previous high level, which I'm expecting, right? On the daily time frame perspective, this is very simple. Trust me, I'm not looking for anything huge. I just want to see market reaction buying into this range. And when it does, I want to see a sell from there. Okay, I want to see a sell really. And of course, we could actually come back and break it. I have no problem with that. But ideally, first thing first, I want to see a sell around that zone. And then any momentum that build that sponsor that candle for a bullish ride, that's what I want to see, that will sponsor a new wave for us around here. So this is why I'm putting this somewhere around here. Okay. I need to see a reaction. Anything that happened here before we move into this range, before we have this failure swing and shift of the structure, I want to see the market buying from there again in the future. That's more or less in the future anyways, but I'm expecting more buy here, and that's about 190 200 pips on average, 200 pips on average. But then on 4 hour time frame, do we have anything? Let's check it out. Nothing. Someone just threw out so much data, so much noise. I'm not interested. As you can see, this has not completed the cycle. It's more or less we are looking for it to complete the cycle right here. So going forward, I used to show that every time in class. That means you're looking at something like this, right? And look at where we are. Okay, with this. So that means we still have a little bit to go. All right, that is that on that. On 1 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On 1 hour, is it looking the same on 1 hour time frame? Oops, something interesting happened here. We have a massive rejection of this zone right here on 1 hour time frame. But peradventure, if what if we have the price actually selling before it start buying on DXY? If DXY just come up weak all of a sudden, I'm not saying that will happen, but if it happens, this is what it looks like. This is where you should be taking advantage. This is what you should be doing. You should be taking a buy from here, from this price level. This level should be your stop loss zone, and we have more buy here going forward. That is what I'm just saying. Okay. So depending on how the markets move, but trust me, I'm not seeing this happening. I saw it on the chart now and I have to talk about it. Okay. So that is that. I'm still expecting more bullish momentum into this price level. And if the price is not coming at all, let's wait for more buy right there. So on the daily time frame perspective, that will give us the guide. Overall, look at it. This is very simple. Abby. You can see that. Okay, let's go. That is that on the USD card. So let's go to the next one, which is what currency pair is that? That's the USDJPY. Well, this guy did not really do much last week, but well, let's see what happened. Anyways, I'm taking this out. I'm taking this out. It didn't play out for us last week. And let's see what we have on the weekly time frame perspective. Well, this one right here, looking good. It has not gotten to the level we're expecting. And right here, I'm still looking for a little bit of buy. Yes, into this range. Why? I have a zone here, which I've talked about before now. I'm expecting it to buy from there. Oh, sorry. I'm expecting it to buy from here to there, and we should see a sell from there. It could be a short-term sell, I don't mind, but I want to see a sell from there. It's a market reaction. We are following what the price is saying. It's not by what we wish. I don't wish it to happen, but if it happens, fantastic. This is the level I was expecting the price to come into at a point. The price did not, so market has moved away. And upward momentum, we have bullish ride all through this level, a bullish trend. But at the same time, we are losing that momentum for the bullish buyers. And then we have something similar right here. So with this, therefore, could it be that the price could just be acting this way for next week? And around there, I'm waiting to see reaction. Trust me, this is a bit dicey, but let's see how it unfolds. Let's see that on the 1 hour time frame too. And this here's the JPY, right? Okay. 4 hour time frame. If there is nothing, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's just check it out. If there is nothing, there is no need to walk around this. 1 hour time frame, please. I'm going through this. We have two zones right here in front of me. Yeah. I'm seeing two things right here at the same time. One, we have a zone here, which is very reasonable. If the price actually gets in this level before we see a sell, this is also a very good one right here. This is very, very good. This can happen. At the same time, we have another zone here, which is also a very good zone. In fact, this is a demand zone, which you can see very clearly. The price can actually get here and give us the buy momentum, whereby we have something like this on the chart. So this is very, very possible. I don't know which one will play out first. I'm not sure which one is going to play out first, but trust me, this is what I'm looking at on the chart right now. It is a very good one. It's dicey, but regardless, anyone the market move into first, do it to catch the opportunity. That is what really matters. It's not about where you want the market to go. It's about where the market goes and you find an opportunity to trade it. That's what really counts. Okay, for me, yeah, this is fine. This is really fine right here. I don't like doing this, but that's what I'm saying right now. In the dicey market, I don't want you to lose out. At the same time, I want you to preserve your capital and through clarity. Sure, we're in a dicey momentum now. We're in a dicey situation, and this is what I'm looking at. All right. So if you understand this, it means we're buying from here. It means we're selling from here, regardless of whichever the market works with. It's fine by me. But particularly, this looks more like we should be expecting it to buy more before selling. But regardless, see, anyone that plays out is fine by me. I will just leave these two. Something like this happened last week too, right? But I will just let me just leave this. I can't really tell which to delete. Really, I can't tell. This looks massive, like the price could actually come back here with this momentum, and this also looks good for the market to move here before we have a sell. So please, I'm leaving this one with this headache. All right, USDCHF also gave us some good momentum for last week. On 4 hour time frame perspective, I projected it as going to sell from this daily zone right here, which the market did. It gave a sell of over 100 pips, and that was about 130. And also gave a buy on 4 hour time frame that the price could actually get into this range before we buy, which delivered over 100 and something pips too. This is about 105 pips, which is fantastic. So I'm taking out this level, and I'm also taking out this level. Last week, this guy also blessed us. I'm taking out this level too. I'm taking out this one particularly. So this week, what do we have here? On the 4 hour time frame, I'm leaving that. I'm going to the weekly first. Weekly, this is looking bullish. You're looking at this. Oh, this is monthly, sorry. Monthly is looking massively, is looking very bullish, right? For last week, we have a bullish one. This week, yeah, well, I've said it before now, we should be having a reaction from here. And I think we have part of that reaction last week right here. Okay, so what I'll be looking for is the buy momentum that will take care of the market to get into this range. And from there to the current market price now, we should be having about 170 to 189 pips, 180 pips rather. So on the daily time frame perspective, let's be quick about this. Most likely we'll be breaking above this daily level. All right. We'll be breaking above it. Somewhere around there. We're taking this short again. We're taking this bull again, right? So we're buying really good to the till we get to this price level 0.8178. And that is my outlook for this. And this is a massive, can you see that? This is a massive bullish momentum. So the bearish momentum was not expected to be huge, but then it is what it is. I'm looking forward for more opportunity on that. Anyways, on the 1 hour time frame perspective on this one too. I think USD XXX they still have or something similar. So that's why I could go to 1 hour time frame directly without much further ado. Look at this. This is similar to what we have before now, right? And that is also a bullish momentum projection right there. So if this is looking more obvious, well, it could mean that we could actually have more of a sell momentum on this right, the opening of the market. Let's see how the market goes. And let's see how it opens, and then we're going to determine what we do with that. But then this daily time frame, I think I should delete it. I don't need it anymore. Okay. And the guy is not ready to leave my chat. Okay, let me see, find something. Let me find something on this one, particularly on the daily time frame perspective. Do we have anything here? If peradventure, if the price actually gets here and break above this zone, what do we have? Nothing really much. Nothing much here. Nothing. USDCHF. Well, we could be seeing a buying above that level. I'm not saying anything again. Yes, I'm not. So this is a, what's the time? Running short now. Okay, 21 minutes into it. And then 1 hour time frame, if I see a buy momentum at this level, I'll be taking it because it looks good. This is a demand zone. And what you're risking is not really much like that. All right. This is 1 hour time frame perspective. The entire range here is about 16 to 20 pips, which is reasonable. And on the 4 hour time frame perspective, the same 1 hour time frame perspective, let's see, do we have a sale momentum at any point in time? I'm not seeing anyone right here. I'm not seeing anyone right here. So this is what I'll be going with going forward for this week on the USDCHF. From 4 hour time frame perspective, it looks good, but I want to see more buying momentum, especially when you check it out on the daily time frame. You can see that we have a momentum which looks more like we've tested this zone, and this is the next level we're looking for. Okay, I think I see something we can work with now. All right, so this level is the next level we're working with. So this is it right here. So I want to see the price actually breaking above it into a range like this and then creating this kind of energy, and of that zone, we want to move away, break above it, and then we get to the next high, which is right here. So this is my projection on this one, particularly for this week. And let's go forward. Let's see if the price can actually react. What if the price reacts from here? Is it possible? This is also possible. The price could actually react from here a little bit, whereby we have a reaction like this before we break it finally above and we create something like this going forward. So this is also very possible. Then let's see what we can do with this information. And I believe it's going to be a fantastic week for us all. So that is that on the USD CHF. I think I should be getting close to the wrap of the whole thing. I'm not talking about this guy. Group it in pounds, JPY, group it in pounds, whatever, group it in pounds, whatever. I'm not interested. Good, particularly, yes. This also gave us some significant profit last week from the point of buying to the point of selling, which I gave the projection, and it's moved as expected. So going forward for this week, what do we have here? On the weekly time frame perspective, we have a significant momentum into the upward direction right here. Can you see the price? It gave us that sharp retracement for last week, sharp reversal rather, from a level like this, which we anticipated since 2 weeks ago. And from there, we have a bullish momentum for last week. And this, what exactly does this mean? On lower time frame perspective, this also is telling us that we're looking for buy. Okay. On lower time frame perspective, let's see what exactly we can do with that information. Well, we have more of a bullish momentum right here. It's looking bullish because even the fair value gap we have between Tuesday, no, between Wednesday and Thursday, market went back inside of Friday. It took it, grab it, and it ended this way with rejection below. So it could mean that we are expecting more bullish momentum to the price get into this range right here. And from there, we could be seeing a little bit of sell, but I don't want to project more into that now with what's going on in the world right now. Anything can really happen as usual. So I want to see more buy of gold to this level. let the price react, let the price react up to this level, and then just like that. So what's wrong with this? Sorry, I'm taking this out. I want to see more reaction on gold from here where it is right now to this kind of price level here. Okay. So that is it for me. On good, that is on daily time frame regardless. If you go to 1 hour time frame, we have something a little bit different. On the 1 hour time, this is 4 hours. So nothing really bad on it. Actually, it's nice. Right. So if I want to work on that, this is what I would have done. I would have just create something like this on 4 hour time frame perspective and then expect more sell on that. And this is what it looks like. Okay, going forward on this one particularly. So for me, it is a good one for us for this week. If we're looking at good for this perspective to play out, this is what I'll be looking at exactly. So going forward for this week, this is why I don't do this. It takes a lot of time. All right, so that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more buy here, and the price is actually maintaining a bullish momentum right here, breaking previous high structure. We're tapping out of this range. The last four candles on 4 hour time frame perspective gives a buy, and that also means something in the market. So it could be that we're expecting a bit of buying into this level before we have a sell too. So it could be two things at the same time, something like this. All right, but based on what the price is creating now, can you see that? So it could be that we're looking for something like this, but based on what the price is creating, we're looking for something more bullish, like the price is going to break above here. So that is also very possible. And ideally, this is what I'm looking at on the gold, particularly going forward for this week. On 1 hour time frame perspective, and let me see if I have anything on it. I'm not sure, but let's just check it out. 1 hour time frame, buy, buy. I'm seeing a buy. Yes, all I'm seeing here is also a buy that will give us a sell above, which is at a premium level, right, like this. So going forward for the week, yes. I'm now under pressure because I have to leave. Okay, this is it, guys. This is what I'm looking for. More sell here too. So the indications showing that we should be expecting more buy on gold before we have a sell on it. So on 1 hour time frame, this is what it looks like for intraday opportunity, and on 4 hour time frame, this is what it looks like as well. If you're ready to swing it a little bit, so that is that on that. Let's check out what we have on WheatY, which is the crude oil. But last week I talked about this. Let's start with the weekly time frame perspective. Nothing really happened. Since past 4 weeks, it's been just ranging back and forth. Nothing much. Ranging, nothing much. So this one, particularly 4 hours now. I remember I gave this outlook on 2 hours time frame that we should be looking for a sell when the market taps into this range. The market actually did. The market tapped into that range, as you can see. It tapped into that range. It sold a little bit. It's back into that range. I'm not sure what these guys are doing, but let me just move away from here. I'm going to take out my sell, take out this level, take out this level. What do we have here? A 1 hour time frame. Okay, what I'm having is a buy, which is right here. As you can see, the price is actually doing that. Peradventure miracle happens in the market, which we don't know how it's going to happen. But let's be honest, if that happens, this is a good spot for a buy. All right. This will be a very good spot for a buy going forward. This is about 99 or 93, 9300, which is reasonable. 93, $93, right? So yeah, that is it. That is it. S&P 500, which is the last guy. I promise some guys to be checking this out. If I don't hear from them this week, I won't talk about this again. I guess so. All right, this is so messy now. This is pretty messy. They took out all these levels right here. They didn't move into the buy zone right there. They went into the sell zone, which I talked about. They sold there a little bit, not much, but this is just too messy right now. What are we looking at? Well, let's check it out on weekly time frame perspective, which we sold it for the past 5 weeks. And this last week, it actually bought. Okay. So it's normal thing. After a massive sale, we need a buying momentum to confirm more selling energy till the price gets into a price level like this, which is reasonable. So going forward for this week on daily time frame perspective, what should we have? Are we still looking for more buy right here? There's no pure signal here. This is invalidated everywhere. More price action is needed, and well, overall, we're looking for more sell. But on daily time frame, exactly at what level should we start looking for a sell right now? That's what I'm looking for. On 4 hour time frame, let me see if we have a zone. If we don't, then we just be waiting to see more sell happening. Okay. Right here, I'm not seeing any level the price could be working with, so I will be waiting to see more reaction on the price level, selling to this price zone, buying a little from here, breaking below that level, continue selling. So that will be my projection on this one, particularly for this week going forward. And it's a beautiful time, ladies and gentlemen. What have I not talked about? Okay, BTC US dollar. Okay, let's see. Last week I gave a projection that this guy was going to buy into this range before he started selling. Yes, he moved into that range really, and it sold a little. Yeah, it sold really well though, but it didn't move exactly as I projected all through because I expected it to take out this low regardless, but that's not bad. Let's see what the price is actually showing us right now on the BTC US dollar weekly time frame perspective. Let's see what we have first. Well, this is looking good. Not bad. Expecting price to still get to this range regardless. I just fine-tune it. This is around the level, actually, around 9,000. So overall, I'm expecting the price to still buy into that range. Yes. And I can sit down here. I'll go to the daily time frame if there's anything. So much range. I'm not interested. Too much range. Let's see 1 hour time frame. Let's see 4 hours. Let's see what they are saying. 4 hour time frame. What do we have here on 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours? Nothing is really here too. Nothing is really here. We have bullish momentum taking place right there. And only for the price to break above this high, moving to a price level like this is just rough. Anyways, it is really rough. Okay, so moving like this, breaking above, taking out this high, right? And moving into this range like this. So but it's very rough. Really, really, this is rough. If I go to 1 hour, it will be more. I'm not interested. See, I'm not interested, honestly. Let me sit to that 4 hours. Okay. In between the week, I will be coming back. I'll be checking this. We'll talk about this on Monday or Tuesday, rather, when the market opens. We'll talk about more on this when the market opens. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. This is where I'll be stopping for this week. True proper risk management, regardless of what you've seen, do your own research, work with what you have, protect your portfolio. I wish you all the best. Share this, like it, and comment what you want me to analyze in the next one. Till then, trade with proper risk management and have a wonderful trading week ahead of you. Bye for now.